So redraw the ends of the wood using your drawing as a guide. Now there are two ways of working, one of which is to remove this background space here in between the sort of grooves, the channels. So that will be here, and a little bit in here, a little bit here. And then do the S scrolls. Or, the way I like to do it, is to carve these S scrolls first, and then work into this background space here. And that's what we're going to do. Might be helpful if I just mark in where the waste will be here, down to the background. So first of all, we take a cut right across here. This is up to the edge of the fold there. I'm afraid all this comes off. So I'll probably go down to about halfway. I'm using a number 10 gouge, which is slightly flatter on the side, so I can tilt it over and level off a little bit. So this now, this edge is the edge of my material. It's going to come down around here. So I'm actually going to push this towards the edge here, and on this side too, so push that down there. So that is now coming around here, and can you see if I now make a cut in the opposite direction across here, we now have our S shape there. So this is the wood in the middle down here, which will be removed. So if I do this on the other side, I've got that one going this way, so I'll make the cut this way. And this, I can get you a sense of how this is going. So there's our side on this side, there's on this one. So let's just now clean those up a little bit more. So I'll do a bit more on this one. It's going to come over there. There's a little bit of a knot in there. Then this one comes down and perhaps a little bit off this here. So this cut here is come down and join in with the fabric in the middle, and on this side. So let's start taking a little bit out of the middle. That will make it even clearer. So I'm going to come down here, or this around. So this bit here is sort of tubular, and we can push our gouge in like this. At some point I'm going to get a little chisel like this, about 3mm. And this is going to come along the gap in between there. So start taking wood out there. And the skew chisel will come in nicely around the sides here. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up this gap in between, but not just arbitrarily, but how I think this fold, which is coming along here, down this way, then coming over here and coming out here, and on this side it comes down there, and it's coming back this way, comes down here. Now, to really make sense of the fold itself, which is doing this lovely S shape like there, you have to round over the edges of the S here. So this is coming round here, and it rounds over, comes into this S, which now rounds over, as does this one. So we can stab down here. I'm not undercutting, though you could do that, but that's a nice line. It's going round, and then it comes down and along here. Take this out. A bit backwards and forwards. Scutures is really good for getting into those corners right down there. Now, what's important is that as we get near to this background here, that we don't go below this ground there, but also we lose any mark between this background and what goes in between. In other words, this background has to just seem as if it goes straight through there. This is quite a narrow little opening here, but it is the size it is, not because of the drawing, but because of the carving, and I think that's the right way to do it. So just again cleaning this up, and very much paying attention to this line here that comes along here, down there, back across there. That's the edge of the fabric, and that's the S curve, this way, that way. And the curve itself can go hang over a little bit, so we can push that, drop that down beyond on this side, so it's not too flat. This is proving a little bit difficult to film, so what I've done is I've moved the carving upright. Hopefully that'll be a bit more clear for you. So what I'm going to do is make my first cut across here, and I'll use my mallet. So what we've got immediately, if I take this more out here, so I went about halfway down. What we've got immediately is this edge here, that's the top edge of the fabric. So it's coming down here, and I can push it right to the edge of the fold, and on this side as well. But if I just concentrate on this side for the moment, take a bit more wood off here. So I'm probably about halfway down, just chiseling that away and pulling that right in there, so that's a nice tight sort of angle. Right, so that there, this edge here, forget this drawing, this edge that I've cut, which is the one I'm always interested in, it comes along here. What it's going to do is it's going to go back on itself this way, and then come this way. So I've done the edge along here, and to create that edge, I can take another cut here. Here's this edge coming around here. Okay, so this edge comes around there, and it's actually coming along and under here. The edge of this, eventually, edge of this fold is going to be there. Now I'd normally be doing this on the same side of each time, but we've got now what we've got going on here is a sort of cylinder, which the top part here pull that out. So this is the top part, the fold's coming round like this. All this wood here will have to come along here, as you can see. So here's the edge of the wood coming along here. It's coming along there. That was my first cut, and it goes down over the side. So this is curved, and then it's coming. So it's coming along here, and it comes back along here, and along there. So there's my two cuts. One here that's really coming down that way into there, and this one picks up the edge. So what I'm really after is really the edge. So it's, if I draw that there, can you see if I took wood out here, you can see how that's going to form that S. Here's the edge, comes along here, and along here, down to the background of the fabric, and on this side around, along here, to the background of the fabric. So there are three levels. The top level, where we started with, that's the initial surface of the wood. We've got a second level here, and that's the inner fabric, and that sort of wants to head up as if it's going underneath the roll. And then a third level here as it comes down to the background. So 1, 2, 3 levels. So what I need to do now is take away more of this in here and round these over, give these a little bit more definition. I'm cleaning up the inside between these two folds with this narrow chisel. And what we must be sure of doing is making sure that the background here just nicely runs in. There's no line across from any of the original carving. So sometimes you can use just a simple gouge here. Sometimes you might find a skew chisel, good for getting into those corners, like so. Make sure then this is all clear. And one other thing we need to do is just round over this corner here. So this S curve comes round, so we round that over, right down to the background, and on this side, and also here. And then you can make this little bit harder, just there, a little bit of, as this comes around, a little bit of hard edge there. If I can get that off. So what that does is it creates a nice little bit of shadow under there. So the line's coming around like that. We want to clean all this up, make sure we've got a nice fluid edge, and that this background's clear under there. And that's basically the format for all these curves. They're all very similar. Sometimes they're half curves, but basically they do that. You saw me carve this bit here and this one over here. But can you see that it's the same repeat at different places? So for example, this curve here is the same as this one here, is the same as this one here. It's repeated. All this is like a half curve. So instead of coming onto another side, it's just come down to the edge of or the corner of the fabric. And this one here, instead of going straight across like that, it's actually come up and kicks up to the center fold and back down again. So it's again a repeating pattern. For a big space like this, you might need your short bent flat gouges to get in here, or chisels. That's quite useful. And to make the most of the symmetry, you want to pick a carving tool that matches this curve here and do it on the other side, and then of course repeat it on the far side. So with that, really the main carving of the folds is finished. So change the lighting, have a good look, and make sure everything's nice and tidy. I'm going to give the linen fold a beeswax finish, and that's the same as other carvings on the site. So I put it on with a toothbrush or some sort of small brush to get it into the various crevices, and especially this end here. I'll work this in. And then with a hairdryer I melt it so that the beeswax goes into the pores of the wood, melts and goes in, and then I can wipe off excess. So I'll let this wax, which is sticky at the moment because it's still evaporating the turpentine that makes it soft, and then I will get a brush and burnish it with a good brush and clean cotton rag. So that'll come up beautifully.